Welcome, everybody, to our first student interview with no other than the mastermind himself, Patrick. We're very excited to have him today. He's made nominal progress being a part of the Mastermind Academy, being a student of Dreams FX. And today we're here to talk about his amazing journey in profiting, but over $90,000 in the past 2 months.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And I'm very excited all the viewers to view your entire experience and your journey from the moment you figured out about trading and then all the way going into, just your most recent payout, which was what, yesterday, 2 days ago. So
Yeah.
awesome. Well,
3 days, I think. Yeah.
yeah, 3 days ago then. Yeah. So awesome, man. Well, let's get right into it. So, first of all, I want to know a little bit about your background. Where are you from? How long have you been trading? When did you first find out about trading? And just walk us through, just your journey the past X amount of years that you've been trading.
Right. I'm from Malaysia. I came to Australia when I was 17. Came here to study. So and then a couple of years later, my parents decided to open up a business in hospitality. So after that, I quit school. I helped them for around 6 years since 2018. About like 6 months in, I know I wanted to quit that job. I really don't want to help them anymore at that time, but I have no idea what to do. So, and then I was going over through YouTube and I saw like stock traders making like hundreds and hundreds of thousands in a day. So that definitely caught my eye. And then the amount of freedom that they get, and the amount of money that they get trading, it's crazy. So it's just so amazing. So it definitely caught my eye. So I looked into it and then I started learning the basics from 2018. Just from stocks, from momentum trading, support and resistance, breakouts, patterns, you name it. I learned it. And then I started trading paper accounts for a couple of years. Uh, didn't really put money in it. And then I decided to switch to Forex because stock markets opens at a certain hours. So it doesn't really match mine because, London and New York sessions is definitely the biggest moves if you want to trade stocks. So I can't really trade those because I wake up very early in the morning in my time, 6 a.m. And then usually when the stocks open, it's around 9 p.m. at night or 8. So I can't really trade that long. So there was a period of time where I have to trade on my demo account, and then so I was really commit to it. I sleep at like 3, and then 3 in the morning, and I have to get up at like 6 a.m. for like a good couple of months. And so after that, I gave up on that. So I was having like 3 hours of sleep a day and have to work like 12, 15 hours a day. I can't really handle that. So after that, I switched to Forex. Forex is more of a 24-hour thing. And then when London session starts, it's around noon at 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. my time. So it's actually really, really good. So after that, I just focused on Forex in around 2020.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2020.
Yeah,
Everyone's hopping on.
2020. That's when I switched to Forex.
Yeah.
I remember like it was on my birthday. It was around April 2020. I started on the Forex. Took a bunch of signals provider, including you when you were doing it at a very early stage.
Yeah, tell us about that from the beginning. So you were paper trading in the stock market and you were experiencing, a lot of, just the schedule change alone, lack of sleep. It was very strenuous on your body. And you're like, I can't do this. You found out about Forex a couple of years later in 2020. And then when you first started Forex, was it just like, I just want to find signals so I can make some money? or were you like looking for mentorship and learning in the meanwhile? How did, that start? And if you did learn, where did you, kind of tell us your journey about the education with Forex?
Yeah. Before Forex, I actually bought like a mentorship for stock market, and then after I decided to switch to Forex. Before I bought the mentorship of other mentors, I wanted to try signals to see how volatile it is, because a lot of people say like foreign exchange is a lot more volatile than stocks market. So I just wanted to sort of get my feet wet around the market. So I bought subscribe to some signals so I can take. Um, and then after that, a few months, I didn't really make money off it because it's really hard to manage because I have no foundation at all,
Yeah.
almost. So it was really hard. And then after that, I bought a few of those. Um, I bought smart money concept mentorship.
You started
I
Smart
did
Money
that.
in 2020.
Yes, I did. I did that in 2020. It was okay at first. They explained it pretty okay, but then as you go on, the
Yeah.
trades that you take, it's like you will win like 20% of the time, and if you take like 10 trades, you win two, and then the amount of money you make is not enough to cover the losses, I think.
What
So
what was that, the risk reward? Was, the risk reward so high, back then, or was it, like 1 to 7 to like 1 to 10? Was like, I guess, what was the SMC style that you learned? Like, was it more ICT? Was it, from, an underground person that you learned from? And then, those experiences, because a lot of, traders with, smart money concepts who are studying it, they're getting that, better than anyone exactly what they're going through. So it's like, this is definitely going to be where they're gonna be able to relate. So what does that look like, when you were going through? And as you said, the high risk reward is what attracts everybody, but when you look at the
yep.
win rate, it's like, I might as well give up, but so
Yeah, the the risk reward is definitely the most eye-catching one, honestly.
mhm,
1 to 20s, 1 to 50s, even sometimes. But as soon as you trade it, it's like it's different, like you have to adapt to the market, and then the market doesn't always really give you everything, honestly.
mhm,
So when you lose, it gets harder and harder each time when you lose. Like, and then I start to doubt the strategy, like smart money, and then I was like, does this really work? Like smart money. So I stopped trading smart money for a bit, and then until I found you,
mhm,
DreamFX.
mhm,
So until I found that on Instagram,
mhm.
and you were giving signals at the time, so I took that. I was observing how you trade, and then you don't really trade smart money. You use smart money as
Mhm,
a confluence in a way. So,
mhm.
um, so
This was
I
January, like, was this 2021? Was this 2022?
that was in December. No, was
Yeah,
it in
December
December?
2021, maybe.
December?
Yeah,
I think that was 2020 December.
yeah, you're right. Yep, yep. Years go by.
Yeah, you were. I don't think you had any mentorship. It's right after I joined the Signal group, and then you came out with the mentorship. So, and
Mhm,
then I joined because the way you would take trades, it just makes sense to me. Like it's logical. It's almost like common sense in a way. Like, and then your risk reward ratio is amazing, out of this world. 1 to 20, 1 to 50, 1 to 60, 1 to 125. I remember on GU.
yeah,
That's insane. That stuck with me
yeah.
for
I
a while,
caught
and
that.
then I was like, nah, I have to, I have to look into it more. Like it's definitely worth every single penny. In my opinion, at that time. So I just want to get into it. Like I've been losing for 3 years. So I just really want something that works. So I took a chance at DreamFX, and that's where I am today.
Yeah, I mean, so you're one of the OGs, started way back in December, January, and then I mean, January was the first boot camp launch that we had, so it's been
Yeah,
a year and a month, a little over a year and a month now, which
yeah.
is that's crazy loyalty. I mean, you see, over this year, we're even going to talk about all the progress, you've made, what you've gone through, and you know, what I want to ask you, besides, that high RR, of course, that's very intriguing, but because you already had experience with high RR, but then, seeing the loss rate of it, what initially attracted you, to, making that decision to, you know, end up going with the mentorship, the boot camp? What do you think was kind of that last final straw?
Um, the trades that you take was actually really high percentage, I would say. Like, in smart money, you would take 10 trades and then you would lose 8 of them. But the amount of trades that you give us, let's say 10 trades, 7 of them will work out, honestly.
Mhm.
Like, you would even recommend to take it at a larger stop loss and it'll still work. And then you have a second entry with a smaller stop loss and it will still work sometimes. And, you know, um, like the win rate itself and the RR is just
Mhm.
insane. And, you know, in my mind, I thought that, yeah, this guy must know something, that we don't know. Like majority of people doesn't know,
Mhm.
So that made me like wanted to know even more actually.
Yeah, awesome. And then you ended up joining for the first boot camp. And when the first boot camp came out, we didn't have anything. No, we didn't have a website, we didn't have members
No,
area, we didn't have
nothing.
anything. It was just Discord and Instagram. That was it. So I mean,
Yeah.
when you joined that boot camp, going through those 4 days, and I'll never forget that boot camp. That was a long one. Going through that boot camp, and that was the very first one we ever had. What opened your eyes afterwards going through it? Like, what were some of your just instant epiphanies, that kind of resonated with you, and maybe a new lens, a new perspective you were able to see through?
Even though it's the first boot camp, honestly, that's the best one. Honestly, for me, like I've joined like the second or the third or maybe the fifth or sixth one. Um, the first one definitely is the best one by far for me because it opened up my eyes so much
Hmm.
that this is my last boot camp. Like this is my last mentorship for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Because um, the market is not random.
No,
That's for sure.
there's
Nope,
money involved. It's rigged. Nope.
nope. It's like a giant casino.
Was gonna say, so you end up joining, you then saw, the opportunity, the potential, and then that was a year ago. So over then this year, right? What's been your experience in terms of, getting funded or money, but what was your psychological and analytical process, as we started to, develop the back end of our website, with great branding, to all of these educational functions as well. What were some of those major key takeaways over the past several months, and what were some of those major milestones, analytically and psychologically, that have ultimately led you up to where you are now? What really formed you know you into this person that you are today over the past year?
Yep. Learning the strategy is like the very first step that any trader that takes. So, um, for DreamFX, you guys have a really solid strategy or the way or your edge that you guys have. So, after learning that, the next one is probably my psychology. Honestly, it took me like a really long time to work through it because honestly, I didn't really learn it full time as well because I work like 12 hours a day every day, and um,
Yeah, and
so
you're
I
working
took
the entire time too. You're working like all this time while
yeah.
you're.
So I took my time. That's for sure. Like I see people joining like a few months after me, and then like they're way better than me after like just 1 2 months. But I just kept at it. I took my time, learn what I have to. Especially psychology. I the more I trade, the more I learn about myself. Like you know like you know yourself more when you trade. If you don't trade
Yeah, right.
or with any real money on the line, you won't learn anything, honestly. Even with demo accounts, you won't learn a thing because
Mhm.
the real emotion starts when you have real money involved.
Mhm.
That's where the real trading starts, not necessarily the strategy itself. Like anyone can learn strategy, honestly. It's you. You need to learn about yourself, honestly.
Exactly. I mean, the easy part is the strategy. I mean, yes, there's a lot of time and, learning curve to learning, whatever it is, but that's the easy part. Then it's the hard part is knowing yourself intimately that you can't cheat yourself. If you're doing things you shouldn't be doing, your reflections, your results are going to be direct reflection of that. And your psychology, that's what traders, you can't learn that in a month, 2 months. You have to learn that through years. I'm still learning myself every single day. And I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to master my own, I'm never going to stop growing and from that perspective. So you nailed it right on the head from an experienced trader. Your psychology is what's going to hold you back. Doesn't matter whatever you do, right? And
Yeah.
psychologically, even on that note, what were some of those major those major psychological experiences that you had that you think prevented the growth, and then once you overcame them, how did it just accelerate you?
I tried to copy other traders too much last time. Um, that's what I realized after started trading with real money. So we all heard of swing traders, day traders. So I was trying to day trade. So I was trying to find trades every single day, trying to make like at least $500 a day. But that didn't really fit my style as I go on my trading journey. So I lost a lot. I blew a lot of accounts. I even blew a few FTMO accounts when I started trading. So that taught me a lot. So I spent like over 10, 15,000 on FTMO accounts. So that's
Yep.
a lot. I don't tell that to everyone because, like 10 to 15,000, it's a lot.
Well, I'm
Like,
sure there's a
um,
lot of people in here who've done exactly the same. I mean, it's a you
yeah,
see it what's possible, and you're like, I want to go on. Oh my God, I can just
yeah,
go all in. It's just the
it's,
risk is so minimum compared to the reward. So it's like that's
yeah.
what people
Like
do.
if you pass it, like you get the 300,000 or $100,000 account. Like what's $1,000 gonna do? Like so you
Exactly.
just want to keep going. So after that, I have to. I told myself like I have to stop. Like
Yeah.
I just can't keep spending money and not making any. Like
Mhm.
so I really took some time off, like a few months, to think, to learn more about strategy, to learn more about myself. So that's when August starts. So I started really looking at the charts, not necessarily trading, but looking at the charts. I would go through like specific trades that I would take. I would take them as seriously as I can to make it as realistic as possible for myself without spending any money. After a few months, I started my first 50,000 my Forex Fund account
In November,
test in in October.
in October.
I passed it and I actually passed it really, really quickly. I hit my target on day one, so I just needed to wait 5 days
Mhm.
for the minimum trading days. And as soon as the second phase started, I passed it on the first day as well. So I waited for 5 days. And then as soon as I got the account, that's where the up and down comes. Like
Mhm.
I wasn't that confident, so I took like 0.5% risk on the account.
Mhm.
So I took trades. I took a lot of trades, honestly. Probably took like 10 trades a day at
Mhm.
that time. So I was able to make money, but wasn't that big of a difference. I withdrew $5,000, if I'm not wrong, US.
In your first month
So
with the funded account,
first month, yes, first month. So at that time, I was so stoked. I was so happy that I
finally
was
getting the
able
money,
to
finally getting some money in.
finally, like after years of learning, $5,000 is a lot. So I didn't spend that much, honestly, because I know I can make more. So I saved all of it. Um, and then the
What
second month starts.
and,
Sorry.
and I was going to ask you, yeah, just a few things is, you know, when you got that first $5,000 payout, right? all that time, effort, energy that went into getting that first $5,000 payout, and you got that within, right, 30 days, 40 days, whatever the
30
time.
days.
Yeah, yeah. So you got that within 30 days. And that you came right back to the charts. You started mastering your craft, getting your psychology on point. You might have taken a little bit too many trades, as you said, but you still got the job done, right? Are always going to be improved. You got it done. You got $5,000. When you got that $5,000, what were what were what were the initial emotions that you felt when receiving it? When you finally got that and you saw the withdrawal hit your bank account, what were just the first couple emotions, that were going through you?
Happy, definitely.
Happy,
Um,
yeah.
After that, I just want to make more. I think I got too cocky, honestly.
You got too cocky, and then what ended up?
Yeah. Uh, Told myself, I was so cocky, and then I was like, I'm a trader now, like shit, I'm a trader.
Yeah.
So as soon as I resetted the accounts, I started trading like the first day, and
Mhm.
then the account started going negative, as you may know. And then kept getting worse. I won a few trades, but generally it's kept going down, like it's like a slope.
After having that big high of that first payout, it's a great amount of money, but you were saying that it changed things, but it's like this, you have a taste of it. Now it's like you need to go all in. Like this can help me for a little
Yeah,
while, but now it's time for me to go, beast mode. And then
it's
what happens psychologically, right? As soon as
yeah,
you get the trader's high, you're just gonna buy, buy, sell, buy, no, lose, and then you're just gonna dig yourself that hole. And then it sounds like what ended up happening because of
yeah.
that.
I blew my account.
Yeah, that it ran. Hey, and that happened. And when that happened, at this point in time, what was the month and date around?
It was around November, right after I got my payout. It wasn't even like a month in on the second month, so
Okay.
it was pretty close on the second week.
So psychologically, just taking a step back, when you were going through that, what do you think, was the biggest reason that you were, that experience had happened? What, I mean, do you think it was analytical or do you think it was psychological?
Um, Psychological for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
It can make or break. I mean, even your psychology can influence how you analyze, and it
yeah,
all starts with your mind. So you lost that account, and then when you had lost it, and you had already, even though you made that one payout of $5,000, what did you feel when you lost it? What were some of those emotions? Did you feel like, damn, I'm right back to where I was? And did you feel helpless, or were you like, I got paid, I trust myself, I effed up, but I know I can do it? Like, was it a self-belief that you knew you were ready, or did you, get down on yourself about it?
it definitely humbled me. That definitely humbled me for sure. It's
Yeah.
not a big account, but that loss made me think even more on how I traded,
Mhm.
because I know I can do it. Like honestly, if you can make money off it, there's no reason why you can't make it like another time.
Exactly.
Honestly, yeah.
And then what happened? So that November you lost it, and then
I took
explain.
a step back from the charts. I took like a couple weeks break, honestly.
Mhm.
So I after that I calmed myself down. I bought another account, which is a 300,000 account. So because I have money saved up, so I was able to buy another account. So I was like, okay, all right. So we need to make this work.
And what
Um,
made you decide to go for the 300K this time instead of another 50K?
um, I'm confident. I'm not necessarily cocky at that time, but I am confident that I
Yeah.
can do it. Honestly, I just trust myself.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, that's the thing. Like, if
yeah,
you'll have tunnel vision, doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If you believe it,
yeah,
undoubtedly, it's
yeah,
there for you. You just got to reach it, right? So you go for
yeah,
that 300 account in December, right? And
yeah.
then going through the challenges. How were those? And then, yeah.
The the challenge was okay. It took me longer. That's for sure because I changed the way I trade.
How
I
so?
didn't pass it in one day.
Yeah. Good.
It took me, I think I passed it on the the start of the third week.
Hmm.
Yes. So I passed it and then I moved on to phase two. I didn't pass it on the first day as well. I took
Mhm.
my time. I
Good.
took I took like 2 trades a day, instead of 10 like I did last time.
Mhm.
Really took my time. Like I took really quality setups that I can think of that I can analyze, and I just took my time. I didn't stack. I didn't add positions. I just take one trade
Mhm.
and that's it. And I broke even whenever I can, and then just let the trade run and take profit whenever necessary. And I passed the phase two, and I got my first 300,000 account
When was that?
just like
When
that.
did you first get the funded account?
Um, when I got it, I was happy for sure, but I'm not super happy.
Like what date did you get it? Because October you
Um,
650, and then November you lost it, and then you started the your first 300,000 in December, and then you got funded after the two challenges in
yeah,
mid-December, late December.
I think mid-December,
Okay. So
mid-December,
Christmas
yeah,
time's coming around, right? So that
Christmas time, yeah. I remember when it was on the 15th to the 20th when I got my account. That was when market was really like choppy.
mhm.
Um, I remember that, and then I know I needed to take it slow because prices unpredictable sometimes with choppy markets, especially at Christmas, and then banks are closing and stuff, public holidays. So I took my time, and then I remember I only took 2 trades or 3 trades, I forgot, during that whole 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So that I won those and I made 27,000 if I'm not wrong. Um, and then I didn't trade that much after because that was in mid-Jan. I was able to get my payout, so I just waited, and then I didn't take that much trade, that many.
So you went from $5,000 to 1 month later, give or take, $28,000 profit.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Do you also do you have the payout that you can also share real quick with that? Just the equity curve on your my forex funds, just go through it.
Yep.
That is where you start to realize like this is insane. I like that's what first hits you, like, okay, I can do this. 5,000, awesome, right? That gives you some time. But when you make 28,000, let's put that into perspective. What were you making on a yearly basis, full time before trading, or in the midst of it?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So that $28,000 in
Yep.
your currency and your job,
Hmm.
how much did that equal to what you would have made working full time? Like how
Oh,
many, yeah, like would it take months, year,
yeah. 28,000 for me in Aussie dollars is around 39,000. Um, so 39,000 will probably take me at least 8 to 9 months to make. So I know it's like
yeah,
real money,
yeah,
and
you
that's a big
woo,
amount.
made
So
that.
I needed to take it slow for sure.
Yeah, awesome. And this is your what account is this? This
This
was.
is my 300,000 account that I passed it on December. So this is my equity curve. I started on
Mhm.
300,000. So
Mhm.
I lost a few trades, went down to 28,000, and then got it back out, went down to 28,000 again.
Mhm.
And then as soon as I made $9,000 over here,
Mhm.
I took my time because this was December 22nd.
Mhm.
So it was just before Christmas. So market was really, really choppy. So I took like maybe like a week off, and then I took another position. I won that, I closed that, and then I wait for a few days, probably like the week after, and I took one more trade, and then I made 33. That was where my account was at, 33,000. And then after the profit split with my forex fund, it was 80%,
Yes.
75% if I'm not wrong.
Yes, 75% of that 33,000, which gave you that $28,000 first payout. So
Yeah.
you got that, and you're feeling good. And when you first got that payout, again, if you could just explain those emotions, like what did you feel like when you got that? Because that's 5 times, almost 6 times the payout that you got in November. Like,
Yeah.
what did that, how did you feel? What did that, you said one key word to everyone in the community, how you felt, and like what did you feel when you finally got that into your bank account? Just
Happy.
yeah, well, you can go off the dome here. Just how did you feel? Like what did that open your eyes to? What did you realize in that moment when you made that 28,000? Because at this point you're sitting at $33,000 profit with that $5,000 previous. So, and that's in a month and a half or so. You made, or 2 months that happened or something, right?
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah.
Right. And just that relief, right? That relief that you felt because you had time now, like
Yes,
yeah.
for sure. Because that's for me, it's a lot of money. Like 9 months of my salary is a lot. It gave me a lot of cushion, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It took a lot of pressure off my shoulders, that's for sure. Because I have more time to work with and I
Mhm.
don't need to rush things. That's probably like it's like a big rock just got lifted off
Yeah.
my shoulders, honestly, when I got that 28,000 payout.
Mhm.
So I remember when I was withdrawing it, I showed my girlfriend, and then she was so happy for me. We both like hugged each other, and then she was like, "You, I know you can do this." She told me that, and then I was so happy. So we went out for dinner, nice dinner that night.
Deserved
Uh,
it. Yeah.
yeah, we went to celebrate. She was the first person I celebrated with, so that was really good. So that definitely um I don't even know what to say.
No, I get it. I mean, it's even just what's showing on your face right now is just explaining all of it, right? It's just
Yeah, I still feel it. Like the first payout was just
that was
it was so good.
it's like everything kind of led up to that moment. It's like, damn, I had
Yeah,
good money previously, but it's like this changes things for a few months. Now it's like you have time to, it's not like you're just now having to stress every single day to try and do this and make it work. Now
yeah,
you made it work. So now I just have to let the rest come to you, and it's gonna happen in
yes,
time, right?
yeah.
So and then you got the pair, like felt good. You took a little bit of maybe a few day break, and then what happened? The beast was
I
back.
was after I got the payout, I was actually in I went back to Malaysia for holiday.
Mhm.
So I didn't take any trades while I was there. During actually I did I took a few trades. I lost here, which you can see.
Mhm.
So 28,000 again. And then I didn't really look at the charts that much. It's only sometimes. So, but when I do look at it, I saw a few trades then, and then I took it, and that made me 25,000
Mhm.
it was during my holiday. So at that time, I was thinking, oh, okay, I made 25,000
Is that
during my holiday.
is that when you texted, I just made 16K in the club or something?
Yes, I was partying in the club at that time, and I withdrew $16,000
Yeah.
when I was partying.
And that
So
was your next payout. That was 2 weeks later, right? So
2 weeks later, so
and what was that?
that made me feel so relief. I
Yeah.
know that if it felt like I'm a real trader now.
Yeah.
Like I know I just started out, but like I've been working for so many years. I lost so much money, and finally be able to make that much money while you're partying,
Yeah.
like it's awesome. Like the feeling, and then when I reset my account, when I got the money, I actually like open up a few bottles of champagne for my friends at the club. Not a lot, but
Hey, that's
enough to
okay.
make them drunk.
Celebration, good celebrate success. Yeah.
Yeah, celebrate. So and then uh that I took a few days off.
And that was
Took
50,000 you were up, right? Because you had like $28,000 profit. You just made 16,000, and
yeah
then your first one was 5,000. So that's 21, 27, 28,000. So you're like 49,000.
yeah
Yeah, around 49,000 right now. And that's from no late November to just January 25th.
mid-January, late January. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that's just, right there, just under a couple months, right? So now
Yeah,
you just made maybe what you made in a year in just a couple months, and you're feeling pretty good.
confident, that's for sure. That definitely boosts my confidence. But at the same time, I told myself that, I don't want to get cocky like
Absolutely.
last time. I don't want to lose this account. It's a big account. I
Mhm,
can make some serious money off it. I
mhm.
just don't want to lose it. So I took a few days off, like you said. Um, and then I took a few trades after that, and I lost a couple. So that brought my account back to 28,000 again.
Mhm.
And then I stopped trading until I got into the flight on Thursday.
Back from so you were in
So
Malaysia with your friends, you were flying back to
to Australia.
yeah.
Yeah, I was flying back to Australia. Uh, it was on the Thursday. My flight was at I think 5 p.m. my time. It was just right after
London session.
London open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know Thursday is a trending day. Normally, Thursday will have big moves
Mm.
on GU. So I bought Wi-Fi on the plane so I can monitor with my laptop because I didn't really want to miss it. Even if I can't really take any trades, I still monitor.
Yeah.
Like I can't let any opportunity,
Mhm.
I don't know, get past me. So I bought the Wi-Fi. I monitored the market. I managed to get in two trades that made me I was down, so it made me 75,000, and so it brought my account back to 363,000.
Say that again. You were on the plane, you bought the Wi-Fi,
Yep,
and
yep.
how much did you make in like a few hours?
I uh I made 75,000 in 5 hours.
Can you share that? Do you have that screenshot, Andy? Just pull it up. That is crazy.
So this is my 75,000, which where I took on the plane.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. It took me 5 hours to do it. 5 hours for 75,000. I can't complain.
This management that we talked about, you literally held 43 lots for $40,000. You did not take like majority partials off until it ran 100 pips because you were that confident in the setup, right? And that was just
Very.
a prime setup. I took it, you took it, others took it, and it ended up
Yep.
dropping what 300 plus pips in just a few days, and you caught it.
After, yeah. I
Yeah.
caught 100 plus, but yeah, it dropped more. After that, it didn't really matter because I made 75,000.
You made $75,000 in one day. You literally
Yeah.
have five times your 5,000, 25, and then you just said, oh, I'm doing 25,000 times three. Like you're just going exponential now. When you
Yep.
said this, that was crazy. That is just, oh my, that's insane, dude. So is this the trade that you're going to be breaking down here afterwards?
Yes, I can break it down for you guys.
Yeah,
It's really simple. Yeah.
yeah, break it down. But before you do that, well, I mean, I guess it's up to you. Would you like to break it down first and then continue with your payouts, or would you like to probably finish your payouts and then break down this trade?
You mean talk about my payouts?
Your last one, this most recent one that you had.
Oh, okay. Um, okay. So after I made this 75,000, I got down the plane. I When I got home, I closed majority of it. Um, well, basically 75,000, all of it. I closed all of it because that's enough to last me for a year and a half basically. So
Yeah.
why not close it, And then after I closed it, I texted you, like I was so happy that I made this, and on the plane as well. That's insane.
Yeah.
Um, so I we called actually, and we
Mhm.
talked for a while. That
Mhm.
I I I I remember that I couldn't even I can't even speak at that time. I was just so happy, and then you were basically the one talking almost all the way. I was just saying yes, yes, and you did it, I did it.
Yeah.
I was so thankful that for this, for you, for DreamFX, was able to make me 1.5 years worth of time.
Yeah.
So I so grateful.
I'm just happy that you got the withdrawal. I was like, Patrick, let's just get you the withdrawal. And don't trade. Don't take anything.
Yeah,
Get paid.
ended up took a week break after.
Yeah. I'm proud you did that. Yeah, I mean, taking a break, I mean, like we talk about that trader's high, when you don't take a break afterwards and you enjoy it, you're just going to get caught up in it. You have to, even if it's good or bad, you have to step away and, get your mind right. And now you see why it's important. So you get paid. But
Yeah,
I mean, this is incredible. So you did that in one day. And this was just 12 or no, this was 14 days ago, I believe, or our times are different time zones.
yeah,
Um, but I mean,
14.
that's incredible. And I mean, another point on this, Patrick, I want to ask you is, from the Mastermind Academy, and throughout this journey, I mean, just specifically just in the funding journey, what did you really find to be, the most impactful on this journey of yours? Whether it's, strategy, whether it's mindset, whether it's, a specific concept or skill, what are just a few things that really clicked for you, after going through the education and spending so much time studying it, and then in the moment you being able to execute, the way you did. I even told you candidly over the phone, I'm like, Patrick, you're insane. like you literally just, I'm getting this, and I trust myself. Like, what enables you to trust yourself so much about, what was taught? Like, you have the undeniable belief in A, yourself, but B, what you're doing. So
Yeah. It'd be easier if I can break it down to you
yeah,
on
go,
charts.
yeah, go to it.
This is what I was looking at. So price originally was here. This
Mm-hmm.
was the trade I took. So price was here. So it was having some sort of order flow, mitigating each OB along the way. And then it has a inducement here after it went up, another minor inducement here before it started building up, mitigating OBs, creating order flow. So I actually got in here. The first trade I got in here.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can go down to a lower time frame for you.
And you can take your time and whatever you would like to go through.
Yep. So structurally,
What
this
session?
was,
This is London session, and then you're looking for cells because of, you see
yeah,
order flow for cells.
order flow for cells definitely, and then this inducement here, and then mitigating
Mm-hmm.
OBs here.
And the order flow, what does that tell you when these boxes that you're marking, the order blocks, right? Order
Yep.
flow. What's the order flow telling you in the moment as you're seeing this happen?
It's mitigating OBs before it sells down some more. Because right down here you have nothing. So this is basically a wall. Like there's a lot of liquidity here.
Mm-hmm.
So this was Frankfurt. So Frankfurt here broke some sort of structure
Mm-hmm.
here, and then it went back to this to mitigate more OBs here. So and then after that, prices ran away, breaking another structure.
Mm-hmm.
Again, yep. So after this, I took a trade here. So I was on a plane already at this time. So this was at around almost 5. So price came back. So I took this trade on this decisional.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got in, it was a 6.8 pip stops.
Mhm.
It ran for 8 times what I risked. So I was up
8.5.
24,000.
Yeah, which yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The first trade I was up 24,000. So, and then I did not take any profit because I know for sure. I don't know. I just know it's gonna go lower. So
Mhm.
I know it's gonna go at least to here.
But and explain it from a liquidity concept, right? There was something very obvious to even further than that low. How did you think about like equal lows or support? You pointed it out earlier on.
Yeah.
But the green line, like there's all those equal lows down there, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
price how to rate them. So you're looking for sells and you took that position and you broke even though, right? You didn't take a loss, so no harm, no
No.
foul.
Yeah.
Good.
So as soon as it breaks this low,
Mm-hmm.
this minor low, I broke even. So I'm basically risk free. So I won't lose any money off it. So I just let it run for a while until it goes down. I was hoping that it would go down on the first trade, but it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then news came out. Um,
CPI.
I Yeah, CPI I think. Before the news came out, I know like this is another trade that I can take. So I put a limit there just in case if the news spike. And then after that, it tapped me in just enough to mitigate more OVs
Just
following
yeah.
order flow. So it tapped me in on the fly, broke even on the first position, and then it melted from there.
You had a sell limit from up there?
Yes, I did. I had
That's
a sell limit,
like
even though I was profiting on the first trade.
mhm.
Yeah,
And then you got tagged in and then price just ran. I mean, if you really think about it, this in the matter of like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I mean, it went all the way down and it targeted that new low.
yeah, in
You
half
know?
an hour.
Half an hour, like 75,000, whatever it might be. And then
Yeah,
what ended up happening afterwards, right? So you were just managing the trade
I
and
was managing it. It broke this low, which I originally know that it will go to, and then I just close everything after
mhm.
that. Honestly, because it's tough.
It comes about money. It's like, am I really going to hold and be stingy when I just made a yearly salary in a day?
Yeah, it's just too good to
Exactly.
risk it. Like to break even on 75,000 is
It's like
it's a lot to take.
it's like I tell you guys, imagine someone holding cash right in front of your face when you have it. If you have 40, 50,
Yeah,
60, 70,000, are you really going to want to take, flip a coin if you're going to keep it or not? Give me my money, that's
yeah,
how it has to be. And
yeah. I'll take that money.
yeah, exactly. But that's incredible. I mean, this trade, you took it, which is phenomenal. This is one of my best trades of the year so far. I took it, great trade. I know a few others took it, and this is
Yeah,
just one of the the textbook prime mastermind setups. And this ended up happening, like we mentioned, 14 days ago, 2 weeks ago or so, right? And then after this happened, that was like, hey, I made my money. I'm done until my next payout, right?
yeah. I have a week left after, so I took the whole week off,
Okay.
away from the charts. Just waited for the payout patiently. So I did whatever I want. Rewarded myself with a few really good meals with family and friends. Took my time, got the payout. And then back to work.
And then that last payout, could you also just pull up that picture real quick, just so we can
Yeah.
see that final amount? Because now this is your fourth payout, your third, fourth.
Uh, Fourth in
Yeah.
total. Yes.
So $50,577. And how long, Patrick? 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah. In
You're
2 weeks, right after my previous payout, got 50K in two
Patrick, this is
weeks.
incredible. This You literally went in a matter of 2 months, 10xing what you first started with. I mean,
Yeah.
imagine with what you've already done, where you'll be a year from now, 2 years from now, right? The power of self-belief, the power of, having that ambition in your mindset is what's going to take you, anywhere. It's going to take you as far as, you desire to go. And, with the Mastermind Academy, right? Though my slogan for it is master the algo, conquer your mind, achieve your dreams. Once you have the foundation, the skill set, and you know exactly, prime setups, operations of the algorithm, everything you need to know strategically, then you got to master your mindset. Because now it's like with SMC traders, if you don't master your mindset, what are they doing all day? Buy, sell, buy, sell. I don't know where, who. Now you got to master your mind. That's where you're saying you're taking time away. You have to learn yourself, because that's what's going to be the make or break. Strategy, if you're not making money, you're just losing. You're not a trader. You're an analyst or you're a gambler, right? And that mindset that you've been instilling is, should speak volumes, to many. And it's, whether algorithm, something else, it doesn't matter, as long as you have the mindset that's going to have the discipline. And I think that you can say, for one, the discipline that you've learned along the way, how to manage yourself, because no one's going to tell you, oh, you shouldn't take this trade, or, this is what you should do. It's like, you have to keep yourself accountable, and you will only be able to do that when you want something as bad as you want to breathe, and you're willing to do anything it takes. And you did it. And that was 5,000, 16,000, 28,000, now 50,000. I'm not going to do quick maths, but that's almost $100. That is almost there. Almost. We're gonna break that this month, though. We're gonna break that this month.
But hopefully, I'm not gonna be too cocky about it, but hopefully.
No, it's not cocky. It's confidence, right? Speaking in and you have what it takes. So confidence. But this is incredible. This is absolutely inspirational, and I know all the students are looking up to you, and viewing what you've done. But if you realize, did you overcomplicate it, or did you simplify it? Like, what made you get these great results? Was it keeping it simple and just doing it, the same thing over and over? Or was it, well, I got to change it up every single day, No,
I kept it simple. As you can see on my charts, I don't really draw a lot of stuff. If I can close it, it's a few lines with some major important structure, liquidity, OBs, and that's it. Like, I don't play with anything else. I don't play with fibs, the patterns, nothing at all. So I kept it really simple. I always like to do that with my charts. Just like less noise, and the less is more, honestly.
Exactly, less is more. Keeping it clean, no confusion. You're good.
Simple.
But this is awesome. Patrick, this is awesome. And I just have a few last things. Everyone watching, I know their heads are gonna be like, wow, this is crazy. And it is, but it's a testament, you're a testimony to what you can achieve when you believe. You have to go all in. And as day traders, especially, we're willing to sacrifice not being paid for months, for years, to chase something we're so passionate about. But it's once you have that first major breakthrough and you start seeing the fruits of your labor, just start becoming abundant, and you're making all the success. It's like, I did it. I finally did it. It's worth it. And that first feeling is like, when that you've done it, it's like, I know I can do so much more. But I'm so grateful for what I went through, because it makes me appreciate it so much more. And again, most traders fail because they either give up before they get to the moment you're at right now, or they lose everything and they have to give up. So it's like, for those traders who are aspiring traders, Patrick, and what tips, based on your experience now, of trading holistically for 4 years, 5 years, what tips or advice do you have for these traders, and how to stay disciplined or stay focused, or to get where they want to be? What are just some like 3 or 4 key pieces of advice that you would tell any aspiring trader?
The first thing I would say is keep yourself calm whenever you're trading. You can't rush things and you can't force a trade. If the market gives you, then it gives you, you know. You can't take trades that it's not that probable and then you expect it to work. The market doesn't work in your favor. It's how you take the specific trades that's going to work. So take the highest probable trades that you can, and then just let that single trade run. If you lose that trade, at least it's a good setup. I'd rather lose 3 great setups than lose 1 bad setups, honestly, because over time you're gonna build that percentage up, you're gonna build your win rate up, and then you're gonna be profitable. And then another thing is that I say have a management system that is good for you. Profit taking, break even points, be conservative on your trades and how to manage it, and also sorry, just let me think.
No, you're good.
Let's see.
You're saying how to manage your trades?
Yeah, manage my trades. Let me think.
Or maybe to tag onto this question, maybe for that last point or last 2 points, what tips or advice, or if you could tell yourself 2 things that today, what would you tell yourself 3 years ago when you first started, or back in 2020, when you first got into Smart Money Concepts, back into the whole Forex? What are 2 or 3 things that you would tell yourself if that's all you could say?
I would tell myself to stop copying other traders. That's the first thing for sure, because every trader is different. Everyone has their own edge. It doesn't matter if it's the same strategy. Everyone's different. Everyone takes different trades. Everyone is different in their own way. Emotionally, psychologically, even analytically, it's different. I would say take your time to find your own edge, and the right setup will come to you. Yeah.
I think the last thing, Patrick, I want to end off with is for those traders who were on the fence about deciding whether they want to join DreamsFX, and they're in maybe a similar position that you're in now, or where many traders, especially SMC traders are. What are some motivating or key factors that you would tell them to consider making the decision and assessing if it's going to be best for them and in their journey? If you had to give anyone any input or advice, what would you tell whoever's watching this interview?
Yep. We are always here, so you can reach out to us anytime. We have our own edge, and that's for sure. If you join us, it's going to open up your eye a lot more. It's not the same as other trading strategies that you've learned so far. I can assure you that when you join, it's going to help you for sure. Not just technically, analytically, it's going to help you with psychology as well, because we have a lot of people here that are really great traders as well. They have really good analysis, and you can reference that with your own analysis. We have great community here. A lot of traders is afraid of news, but we actually welcome it because it almost always works in our favor.
Yeah.
So that's like, you have to join us if you want to know how to utilize high impact news in your favor.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate that that input, Patrick. And for those watching, if you guys are interested in joining, go ahead and apply on our website for our March enrollment of the Mastermind Academy at dreamsfxtrading.com/Mastermind Academy, and see if DreamsFX is the right fit for you and your journey. Other than that, thank you, Patrick, for your time today. I know everyone took away immense value, and I look forward to seeing you in your next interview when you crush your next goals off the list, man.
Thank you so much.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Talk soon.
Thank you.